What's going on, guys? Cultofmush back at it with another video. In this video, I want to talk about the learning curve of PC gaming, and this is something I've touched on some of my other videos, but I've never really made a video going in depth on it and really talking about it. So one of the things I hear a lot when I see people trying to get into PC gaming is people saying that I don't really have the time to learn how to build a PC. I don't want to take the time and learn about all the games that are on PC, all the exclusives that aren't marketed as well as console exclusives because they don't have as big of a budget. Obviously, there are Blizzard games out there and some games that do have a lot of marketing, primarily the Blizzard games, like I said, like World of Warcraft, all those expansion packs and whatnot, but there's a lot of games on PC and there's a lot of things on PC that are different from console gaming and with people that never have gamed on a PC probably aren't used to. Now, the one thing about actually learning about the PC hardware and building your PC, I don't think that's much of a learning curve anymore just because how open YouTube is. And you guys are watching this video on YouTube. I seem to talk about computer hardware all the time. There's a lot of other YouTube channels. There's a lot of other build guys that actually show you how to build computers. There's like 2-hour tutorials on YouTube. So if you really want to learn how to build a computer, it's not freaking hard. One thing that I heard when I got into PC gaming was it was like adult Legos. And that's really the case. You just watch these tutorials and it's not that hard. If you have a couple brain cells, you can do it pretty easily. I know there's always this caution because PC parts are so expensive, but it's just the fear that you have to get over it. There's really not a big learning curve when you're actually building the PC. I could see there being a learning curve deciding on the parts for your PC, but at this point I've uploaded so many builds that I think most of you guys at least have a general idea of what kind of parts you want in your build. And again, that's something you can learn about fairly easily on YouTube, different websites like Tom's Hardware Forums and all those kinds of websites. And even on my YouTube channel, I think it's pretty easy for you to assess what kind of hardware you need in your build. And going back to actually building your PC, I was very scared at first, and then I just brought a friend over and we did it in like 2 hours, and then I had my gaming PC running. And for the most part, that's what I hear the story is. Sometimes I hear things like people not being able to turn on their PC and they didn't realize that they had their power supply turned off, and that's always pretty funny. And that kind of stems from the learning curve, and they're like, oh my god, I broke my PC, I broke my PC, mom, I just spent $1,500 and I broke my PC. Really, that never happens, and most of the parts that you buy from manufacturers have really good warranty policies. So actually building the PC isn't that hard. People just think it's hard because a lot of people that are getting into PC gaming, they are teenagers, they are young adults in college, and you know, getting $1,000 to build a gaming PC is a lot. And if you're not self-confident in yourself in building a PC, which you really don't have to be self-confident about, it's super fucking easy, then I can see you being like, oh my god, is this PC even gonna work when I put it together? But there's so many tutorials out there, and literally every single time people get their PC hardware and then they build it in like an hour, hour and a half. Sometimes it takes 2 hours or 3 hours, but by the end of it, almost everybody gets their hardware running, and it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you have to research for days and months on end to learn how to build a computer. Literally, you go on YouTube, type in how to build a gaming computer, get your gaming PC, get the parts for your gaming PC, follow the instructions, and boom. It's not like it's this huge learning curve to build a PC. Now, after you actually build your PC and you're actually starting to play games, I think that's where the learning curve might arise. Actually playing games like Counter-Strike Global Offense. I'll just give you guys a story. Back when I played consoles a lot, my primary game was Killzone 2 on the PlayStation 3. That game was my shit. And I just thought I was the biggest badass. I was going like 9-1, 10-1. And I was like, yo, none of these people can touch me. And I just thought I was the greatest shit at video games. Then I get on PC, even playing a game like Call of Duty 4, they just have so much precision and so much accuracy playing with keyboard and mouse. And I'm also here trying to play Battlefield 3, trying to use this controller, just getting absolutely wrecked. And I'm just like, damn, yeah, you do have to take the time to learn how to play with keyboard and mouse. But again, that's something for me, it only took me like a month, and then I got pretty good at games too. And I think that is something a lot of people are cautious about. If they are coming from console gaming, that's one thing that I hear a lot is people don't want to use keyboard and mouse, and that's how I was for a while too. But then when I actually started using it, I got so much more accustomed to it, and it wasn't that difficult. And honestly, nowadays, if I'm playing a first-person shooter and it's multiplayer, I'm using a keyboard and mouse. You get way more precision, you get way more accuracy, and the control scheme is just much better. Even for a game like Call of Duty, I'll always be using a keyboard and mouse if it's multiplayer. And then there's things like drivers. That's another thing I hear all the time. Man, if I get this gaming PC, do I have to update my drivers all the time? And while that was a problem probably a couple years ago, that yeah, you do have to go online and get drivers. Nowadays, it's so streamlined with things like GeForce Experience. Whenever a new driver comes out, you just click download, restart your PC, boom, you're good to go. The people making big deals about drivers that aren't PC gamers, I just don't know what to say to you. It's super simple now. It's not like it's a big deal, and usually drivers will come out the day before big game releases. For example, the day before Mad Max and Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, Nvidia released a new driver on GeForce Experience. It's not like I had to go searching all over the internet to find this driver. I got a pop up on the corner of my screen. It said new drivers available. I click download, I restart my PC, I'm good to go. So while drivers were something that were kind of annoying probably 3-4 years ago, nowadays it's so freaking simple that I don't really see how anybody can bitch about downloading drivers and how it's a big learning curve to understand that you have to download drivers every now and again. The other main thing that I want to talk about is actually keeping your PC up to date and people being scared if their hardware fails, if their graphics cards fail, if their CPU fails. For some reason, a lot of people that aren't into PC gaming seem to think that PC hardware fails all the time. I'll give you guys my personal story. I got this gaming PC about 3 years ago. It's been around 3.5 years, and I've made upgrades since then, but the only time I had an actual hardware failure was with a mechanical hard drive, and mechanical hard drives fail on just about everything. I've never had a GPU failure, never had a CPU failure, never had any RAM go bad. I know some people are gonna have problems, and that's just something you have to deal with, but shit goes wrong in just about any form of technology. Phones, consoles, everything, tablets, everything can have problems, and with PC, it's definitely a lot easier to actually assess your own problems and then make the fix yourself than buying a whole other new console, buying a new tablet, or buying a new cell phone. That's one thing that I do like about PC is that if something does go wrong, that you have the opportunity to do it yourself. And for me, I always like to keep up to date with my PC, figure out if anything's wrong, if my temps are good, and that's something I only check probably every month or so. It's not like I obsess over what temperature my graphics card is running at, what temperature my CPU is at. Yeah, it's something I'll keep in track of, but it's not something to get obsessive over. And it's not something that it's like it has this huge learning curve. So what I would say is maybe a few years ago, the learning curve to PC gaming was a lot higher. Getting drivers were pretty annoying, but nowadays everything's so streamlined. There's so many videos on YouTube to help you. Like I said, you could just get drivers from NVIDIA GeForce Experience if you have that. And it's just a lot more simple. Honestly, the biggest learning curve on PC gaming, in my opinion, is using a keyboard and mouse, because I know a lot of people that are big console gamers and they want to move to PC gaming and they think they're hot shit in a game like Call of Duty, and then I just know in the back of my mind when these people get on Counter-Strike Global Offensive, they're gonna be pretty upset. But you gotta realize that yes, the best players are on PC and the best players play with keyboard and mouse. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope it cleared some things up. There's a lot more I could talk about regarding this subject. I could talk about games, different games, and the learning curves those games have, but I don't want to keep you guys for hours on end, so I'll end the video here. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you dislike this video, obviously dislike, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Peace out.